Welcome back to another tutorial from Office 24 by 7. Today, we're going to talk about a very important topic at the core of Office 24 by 7's automation feature, the nodes. As we know, we create automations to streamline processes, eliminate manual work, and ensure that tasks are executed accurately and consistently without human intervention. But to build an automation in Office 24 by 7, we must create a flow by connecting several nodes together. These nodes need to be configured and placed in a structured and meaningful sequence so the system understands exactly what action should happen, when it should happen, and how it should happen. When nodes are arranged properly, the automation behaves exactly like a well-planned workflow that executes itself perfectly every time. To make this process easier and more logical, all nodes in Office 24 by 7 are grouped into four specific categories: triggers, conditions, flow controls, and actions. This classification helps users understand how each node functions, why it is used, and where it fits inside a workflow. Let's take a deeper look at these nodes. Let's start with triggers. Triggers are extremely important because they are the nodes that kickstart the automation. You cannot proceed with building a flow unless you place a trigger node at the very beginning. The trigger is always the first node of the automation, and since only one event can initiate an automation flow, you can add only one trigger node per automation. Except trigger, all other nodes can be added multiple times in an automation flow. There are two trigger nodes available in Office 24 by 7, From Object and Webhook. The From Object trigger helps you start an automation when a new record is created in an object or when an existing record is updated. Essentially, it monitors activity happening inside Office 24 by 7's objects and uses that activity as the starting point. The webhook trigger, on the other hand, is used when you want an automation to be fired from an external system. Whenever another application sends data to Office 24 by 7 through a webhook, the automation begins. Now, let's move on to conditions. Conditions play a critical role by helping the automation make decisions. They evaluate whether a particular value matches a requirement, whether a record exists, or whether someone is currently available. Conditions guide the flow in different directions based on real-time outcomes. There are three condition nodes: if value, if exist, and is available. The if value node is used when you need to compare a field's value with a specific condition. For example, you might want to check if a lead status is qualified. Based on the outcome, the flow follows either the yes path or the no path. The if exists node is used when you want the automation to verify if a particular record exists, such as checking whether the customer has a registered phone number or whether the lead has a valid email ID. If something exists, the automation proceeds in one direction, and if it doesn't, it follows another. The is available node is used primarily when dealing with users or customers. It checks whether a specific user or a customer is available by checking whether a unique record value, like the phone number, exists in the object. This helps the system decide whom to route tasks or calls to based on availability. Every condition node has two paths: yes and no. Now let's look at flow control. Flow control nodes help you manage timing inside your automation. They are used when you need the system to pause or wait before moving to the next step. There is only one flow control node available in Office 24 by 7, which is the wait time date node. This node allows you to delay the next action by a few minutes, a few hours, or until a particular date and time. For example, if you want to wait 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 5 seconds before sending a follow-up email, or hold an action until a scheduled date, this node helps you structure that timing. Finally, let's explore actions. Action nodes are responsible for performing actual tasks inside your automation. These nodes instruct the system to execute specific actions, whether it is updating a record, creating an activity, assigning work, playing an audio file, or even calling an external API. There are 10 action nodes in total: API, people, menu, field mapping, field update, schedule activities, record, message file, assign, and end. The API node allows the automation to communicate with external systems. It can fetch data from outside applications or push information out of Office 24 by 7 whenever required. The People node is used when you want to assign any workflow action to a specific user, customer, or others. Selecting User lets you choose from your list of agents. Selecting Customer lets you select any customer added to your objects. Selecting Others lets you select any third-party stakeholder whom you haven't added to the system. It can be a partner, an investor, a vendor, or anyone else. You can enter the email ID or the mobile number of that person to add them to the automation flow. This is commonly used in call routing or lead assignment processes. The menu node is used in call and chat flows to capture user input from any channel, like a virtual number, chat, or WhatsApp. For example, it can capture keypad input after an IVR message plays or record a customer's reply on WhatsApp after a prompt is sent. Field mapping allows you to map values from one field to another, either within the same object or across different objects. For instance, you may map fields from the leads object while automatically creating a new deal. Field update is used to modify the value of any field in a record during automation. A typical example is updating a lead status from approaching to qualified. Scheduled activities enables the system to automatically create tasks, reminders, or follow-ups. For example, you can configure it to send a proposal when a lead becomes qualified, or schedule a meeting once a deal's budget is confirmed. The Record node allows the automation to create new records in any object, such as generating a new ticket or registering a new lead. The Message File node helps you summon voice, SMS, email, and WhatsApp messages to the automation flow. While selecting the voice as the message type, it lets you select the virtual number in which the file is stored, and then select the file. It can be a pre-recorded message, mobile recording, or text-to-speech audio that can be used as IVR greetings or messages during call flows. If you're selecting email message type, you can select the email ID in which the email template is stored, then use it to send updates on record creation, record update, etc. Similarly, you can also send predefined SMS and WhatsApp messages during chat or communication workflows. The Assign node helps in assigning the caller or record to the correct user or department. A common example is connecting callers who select the sales option in an IVR directly to the sales team. Finally, the End node simply stops the automation at that point, indicating that the system has reached the end of the workflow. The End node should always be the final node of any automation flow. It indicates to the system that the automation has completed its work and should not proceed any further. These are the four main categories of nodes that form the backbone of every automation inside Office 24 by 7. Understanding how they work and how they work together will give you the clarity needed to design powerful, intelligent automation flows tailored to your exact business processes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in our next tutorial.